Your own crowning is like always something really you cherish, for
Yes.
long. And when the names are being taken, you just don't know where you stand. You have confidence, but still, butterflies in your stomach. First runners, second runners.
Welcome to Cafe Rainy Days, everybody. Today, we've got the fabulous, glamorous Vineeta Bhatia.
Hi, Sujata. Thank you for inviting me on your channel.
Before I start chatting with you, let me just give a brief introduction. So, Vineeta is the winner of the Mrs. India International Glam 22, Queen of World 22, Times of India Fitness Icon Award 22, and the latest Dadasaheb Falke Icon Award 23. Vineeta has worked with fitness management for a few years now. She's also been the Indian ambassador for the cultural exchange, the Rotary Club, and she supports several NGOs. So over to Vineeta. So Vineeta, tell us how this, journey towards glamour happened.
See, I was into the beauty and glamour right from the beginning, but not too professionally. We had college contests, so that was one of his type in Nagpur. I come from Nagpur, India, so there was Miss LED contest. So and that it started back. It was the first year of the contest at that time. So there was a lot of Nagpur was talking about that contest, and I participated in that, and I won that contest when I was 17, 18 years old. Everybody knew like Vinita has won that contest and all. So because that was the first type of contest in Nagpur itself. So I started microbiology. Then I did MBA in marketing management. And I was into the fitness right from the beginning for myself. I used to exercise. I used to play badminton. I used to walk. I used to run, swim. So fitness was my passion. And I was gymming also. So when the opportunity came to go into the fitness field, management of the fitness field, I went ahead with it, and I did like management of the gym. Of course, there was a lot of other aspects to it. So it had HR, it had training part, it had marketing. So I could do a lot more into fitness for others and for myself also. I got an opportunity to go for Mrs. Nagpur. So at that time, it was also a big thing to appear for Mrs. Nagpur. So I won that pageant also. One advertisement had come from Mrs. Gladrax India. So Gladrax was one of the topmost contests in India at that time. So I got selected. I was called for the interview. But unfortunately, I got jaundice at that time, and it was really bad. So I was bedridden for almost 2 months. I couldn't go for that and for that contest. And in fact, my friends always used to say, "Kim, why are you doing marketing and all? You are meant for beauty contest. You are a diva. Go for it." So, but then, yeah, well, at that time, I was into my profession. In between, what had happened, my mother-in-law was not well. So she had got cancer. So she was operated, a lot of radiations and all. So I had to take a break from my work because I had to look after her, say, for 5 months. But in between, she recovered. She did very well. So I got good time for myself also. At that time, this Mrs. India came in front. So I got like 3 or 4 months to prepare myself. And then I appeared for this international pageant. So it was very, very good experience. And fortunately, I won this contest. And of course, fitness is my profession, my passion as well. So I'm doing fitness thing also. I'm freelancing now. It's like I had to travel a lot being Mrs. India International. A lot of projects are there. A lot of people invite for the this as a jury, as a chief guest. So I have to travel.
Is this the crown that you won?
The crown I won. I got 3 crowns in one pageant. Like one was Mrs. India International 22-23. This was a world crown, beauty of world. So So this is that crown. I got a title of Mrs. Pathbreaker also. So that was
Oh,
also one crown that I got.
another really trivial question. Is that heavy?
It is. It is very heavy. I have to wear it at least for 1 year whenever I go for my professional interviews or programs. So I have to wear it, but yeah, I enjoy wearing it. It's like, a pride to wear this.
People like us see you contestants on stage, and it's very easy for us to judge and say, oh, and why didn't she answer like this or whatever. So how do you prepare for a pageant like this?
You have to really work hard and give proper time for the preparation. There are different stages of the pageant. Introduction round, then second is your ramp walk round, third is your talent round, and then fourth and the last comes, which is a question answer round. So for the introduction round, you have to introduce yourself in a very, very effective manner. You have to tell in a very short time. It can be 1 to 1.5 minutes. That's all. So you have to tell about your life journey, your aspirations, what you have done, and you have to prove why you are so impressive, why you should be getting this crown. You must have done a lot of things before that, what you have done over the period in your career, in your personal life, for the society, for extracurricular things. So all those things matter when you go for a personality contest or beauty contest. So it's not exactly nowadays a beauty contest. It's all a total personality. In 1 minute, when you tell about yourself, you have to be really quick, fast, and to the point. Then there is a ramp walk round. So you have to learn a proper professional ramp walk. You are being judged on your walk and then the poses that you give. So you have to learn those posing also. We were given training also by a Malaysian lady over there. She was a trainer. I prepared myself. I have a friend, Dr. Vatika. She also gave me tips for this and a very crisp sort of short but a very important training. I was doing my self learning also. I was continuously watching the videos of what Mrs. World has answered, how she is walked, Miss India, Mrs. Universe. So I did very well. So my introduction round went very well. Ramp walk was into the Indian attire. Your walk and your looks should ooze confidence. Then there is a talent round. In talent round, you can showcase any of the talents that you have. In my case, I had performed a dance number, 1 to 1.5 minutes. In that time, you have to really attract people. You have to see to it that they are like continuously watching you and they're getting entertained by your act. I had a trainer for dance as well. So that was also professionally done. When you are dancing or performing, you are A to Z, from attire, headgears, what you're wearing, everything is like counted. How much effort you have taken for your act. And then there is a question answer round, which is actually a tough round because question answers you do prepare, but then you just don't know what will come your way. So if you have a sense of some humor, so that you add. So 15, 20 days before, I used to get nightmares. I'm on the stage, I'm not able to answer anything. People are standing there on that stage. I'm just, dumb. I'm lost. But surprisingly, when I went there, I was very calm, very cool. In fact, co-contestants were there. So I was cheering them up. No, no, don't be scared. Just go ahead and all. Thankfully, the questions were like what I had prepared as such. I was asked about the women empowerment. That subject was also close to my heart. I've always tried to empower women. If they get fit, if some women, because of their medical conditions and they have children, so at that time, so their fitness is like, it totally goes, they put on a lot of weight. So menopausal time, they put on a lot of weight. Then mentally also they become really irritated. So when you properly guide somebody in a proper manner, give them a confidence that you can do it. When with my motivation, people go ahead and they get fit and they get good results, I really feel empowered,
Yes.
And fitness is empowerment. So, helping people out it's like I really feel very good. And when they achieve the things, it's like my achievement.
And I was also reading that now, after having achieved this, you groom the contestants for fitness as well
Yeah.
as just general grooming.
See, like after my pageant, I was invited as a jury for the international contest. And I was also invited as a fitness partner. So I had to give a training for the fitness. I had to give a lecture and, to see to it that they are they get a proper knowledge, and then they some sort of exercises and what they can do on day-to-day basis. It's my subject, so there was no problem with that. Fitness doesn't come in 15 days. So you have to go slow. You have to be slow and consistent. So consistency is more important in fitness rather than, just shedding off in a very short time. Because if you're shedding off in a very short time, it will bounce back. It has to become your lifestyle. Eating well, you should be exercising properly. Whatever form of exercise you're doing, muscle training is very important. That usually people do not,
especially ladies, they don't do any sort of muscle training.
At least keeping the muscles properly strengthened is more important. It is not that you have to become a bodybuilder. Muscle is your strength because it surrounds all your bones, and that gives your strength to your bones. Your bones would be saved from fractures and all if you have a strong muscle. Workouts for the muscles is very, very important. Cardio is also equally important, but then I believe muscle training is more important.
Tell us a few moments that you treasured when you were jury, and your experience with grooming the candidates.
Well, as a jury, you really enjoy because you are on the other side. But of course, it's also a responsibility. I've gone for many pageants as a jury in my city, in Mumbai twice or thrice, very big events, international events. I've gone for an international event in Dubai as well as a jury. There was a fashion show, cultural fashion show. Being a jury is a responsibility. We have the pointers, like what we have to judge. So you have to be careful, but then you enjoy. When you ask questions, and sometimes you get a very different answer which you're not expecting.
As soon as you see the candidate, maybe in the first round, do you get a feeling of, okay, this candidate may be really good?
Sometimes when you see the overall personality of a candidate, we get some idea. Yeah, he or she seems to be a good candidate. He or she, they walk well, they look talented, they're talking well. When you're going for a pageant, it's not only on the stage you're being observed. You're observed for the complete, like whatever the 2 or 3 days your pageant is. So you're observed for that time, for simple mannerisms with which you're talking to people, how you're eating, how you're behaving. So all those things are observed. So indirectly, you are being judged right from the time you enter.
So it's not just you're doing or saying on stage.
If somebody is not behaving properly with others, they don't have that kind of humility, that becomes a big red flag for them. So being a good human being, having a good manners, you have to be friendly with everybody around. You have to help everybody around. Because see, when you are going to be Miss India, Mrs. India, there is going to be responsibility of the crown that you go out, reach to people, help them out, you help your country nationally, internationally also. You are going to represent your country. So performances is another thing, but these things are also being watched, and you are being given marks accordingly as well.
So now that you've participated in a pageant yourself, not just several pageants, and been on the other side as jury, what to you is beauty? What do you define as beauty?
According to me, see, it's not only physical beauty. You have to be beautiful from inside. That's a basic thing. You should have a basic good humanitarian qualities. And for me, a woman who's an empowered woman is actually beautiful, who goes out of way to help others. She's the most beautiful woman. You've seen Sonali, Dr. Sonali. She's such a beautiful, empathetic wonderful soul, one will surely say she is so beautiful. So it comes from inside. And of course, your physical presence will add another feather to it. But then, unless and until you are beautiful from inside, so nothing will work.
Something that sort of struck me as you were talking is how was your support system in your household? And of course, this was Mrs. So you've got your husband as well and your, in-laws side of the family as well.
Your patient requires a lot of family support. I had a very, very strong family support. That's why I could do quite well in this without any inhibitions. My family really supported me. My in-laws were also like, they were very happy that I'll be going for Mrs. India, and my mother-in-law, and they were like, they were so sure, but you're going to win. Go ahead. It was their reactions. So my husband also supported me a lot. So, and he always supports me. So still, I mean, in smaller places, people don't allow daughters or wives to go ahead in the modeling or fashion industry because they have heard wrong things about it. And that's why their thought process has become like that. The need of the hour is to educate people. Every industry is good. It's up to you how to handle the things. A girl has to decide if she wants to become a model. She should go ahead. Her parents should support. Many times, like son is given the liberty to choose his career, but then daughters are not given that kind of freedom. If the basic culture from the family is good, children will do really well wherever they go. Their base has to be strong, and that we have to look after, that children are properly educated, properly cultured, and then given a proper direction. And once when they are out in the society or in the world, wherever they are, so they will cope up very well.
So let's say when you're participating in these pageants professionally, what is it that you can look forward to? I mean, from this discussion, we've already seen that you can become jury, you can become groomers, but what is the potential?
Potential is vast. You have good recognition, you have name, fame. So you can work for your country as well, because you can reach out to more people. People will listen to you in a much broader perspective because they know you are Mrs. India. So people will look upon you for any advice, for anything else. Of course, you can become a jury, you can become chief guest for these kind of occasions. Being a groomer also, it's a beautiful experience to groom somebody. And if somebody wins after your grooming, you also feel so empowered. I had groomed one of my friends, so I motivated her to participate because I knew she has the potential. She said no. I said, you just go ahead. I'll teach you. So I gave her all the guidance, and she won the contest. So and she was so happy, and equally I was also very happy. And I've given some motivational grooming to. There is a model of the nation. So there is a boy who's appearing for that. So he has won on the India level. Now he's going in for the second level on Thailand. So I'm grooming him as well. So not exactly from the weight training point of view, but from all other grooming things, how to go ahead, how to talk, how to walk, how to have a motivation and the confidence. So, I aspire that he should also become Mr. World.
I was actually going to ask you, what are the few memories that, you cherish and will take forever? And this obviously is one of the memories, I think. That
your own crowning is like always something really you cherish, for long. And when the names are being taken, you just don't know where you stand. You have confidence, but still, butterflies in your stomach. First runners, second runners. So it's like you just don't know if you will be the winner or you're just out of the race, So that becomes, and when your name is announced, so that's a very, very big moment. Your own crowning is like always something really you cherish, for long. And when the names are being taken, you just don't know where you stand. You have confidence, but still, butterflies in your stomach. First runners, second runners. So it's like you just don't know if you will be the winner or you're just out of the race, so that becomes, and when your name is announced, so that's a very, very big ground upon. I can cherish it for the long time. After that, wherever I've been invited, wherever I've gone, people have given me so much of love and respect, so I can't forget that. I was invited as a jury in my own college, LED college, for the same contest in which I had won long, long back for Miss LED. So when I went there, there was so much of hooting, so much of shouting, girls were so excited to see me, that our own college girl has come as a jury. Now she's Mrs. India International. So motivating the young, they can do wonders. So I really liked motivating young bloods.
And then I also saw on your Facebook page that you got to share the jury chair with Arbaz Khan.
No, I was a jury, but he was a celebrity guest over there. So
right.
it was very nice. He was so charming and he talked very smoothly. I mean, you can make out somebody from the film industry who was really very, very charming. So it was very nice. Amisha Patel had, when I got a crown, so Amisha Patel had crowned me. I'd gone to Taj President in Mumbai for Miss Maharashtra and Mrs. Maharashtra as a jury. So there was Ankita Lopate interacting with a lot of people at that time. So many celebrities also come over there. So interaction with them also is a big thing. This time when I went to Dubai, there were lots and lots of celebrities. I made lots of friends over there. So a lot of film people were also there, like a lot of sheikhs from Dubai, where I was awarded this Dadasaheb Falke Icon Award. So that was also a moment which cherished. There were other girls who were co-juries also. So they were all from different countries. I was the only Indian who was a jury over there. So somewhere from UAE, some had come from USA. So it was a very nice experience. Yeah.
As a absolute last giveaway to any young girl, not necessarily wanting to come into the beauty and fashion industry, but just any young girl, what is your message?
You just go ahead, dream big, work hard for that. You should never lower down your dreams for somebody's expectations, but just go for your aspirations, work hard for them, and then get what you want. It's your life. So you have to make your life. So just go ahead, girls, and make the best of it. Everything is good. Everything that you aspire, that you dream, you are going to get it. So just go ahead.
From that answer, you can really see how much you are committed to this girls and women empowerment thing, isn't it? Because you're just so. And tell us, Vineeta, about your experience as an Indian ambassador for the Rotary for the cultural exchange in Netherlands. I hear you were our cultural representative.
It is the most cherishable moments of my life. I was chosen by Rotary as cultural ambassador of India to Netherlands. So I had to go to Netherlands. I had teammates as well. So I had to stay with the people over there in their houses and then, learn about their culture. I had to go to the clubs and exchange our culture. It was such a wonderful experience. You get first-hand experience of the Dutch houses, their professions. So we visited all the clubs, which otherwise as a tourist you would never be able to see and go. Things, the parliament thing from the inside, the hospitals, the jails, and the team would take us around. So we went inside the smaller towns as well. We used to give the presentation of our country. So how we live, what is our culture. And so we spread the message of friendship to the Dutch people. So after I came back, some of the Dutch friends also came to me, stayed with me. So it was wonderful.
What a treasure of experiences you've had, Vineeta. And the message that you're spreading is so important of women empowerment. All I would like to say now is just all the very best for whatever you do in future. Thank you. Thank you for coming on our little channel, Cafe Rainy Days. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sujata, for inviting me. Had a great time.